CCJ throws government's argument that 34 is the majority of the 65-member National Assembly. Government lawyers struggle to convince CCJ that Charnas Persaud's vote should be invalidated. Businessman's son shot dead in apparent execution-style killing. And in sport, the Chennai Super Kings beat Delhi Capitals to reach IPL 2019 final. These and more coming up after the break. Stay with us.
At Optic Vision Care, we value the power of your sight. And with our team of eye care professionals, you'll be in good hands. Come experience our comprehensive eye examination using state-of-the-art technology and specialized diagnostic equipment at 4 convenient locations in Mahaika, Grove, Giftland Mall, and East Street. At Optique, we care. You see. Call us today, 227-7744.
Hey, you have a growing flesh there, and there too, and there is another one. Those ugly and annoying growing flesh like a plague. Ignoring them, and before you know, you have them everywhere. SlimJet presenting Coliomac, the most effective growing flesh and wart remover. Painlessly remove ugly growing flesh is the quick and effective way. Get soft, smooth, growing flesh-free skin, guarantee. Just apply Coliomac twice a day and the growing flesh just dry up and fall off. Easy, quick, and painless. Stop suffering and feeling embarrassed. Remove those ugly growing flesh with Coliomac. Only at the SlimJet, City Mall, 2nd floor.
Bison Windows and Doors, fully equipped to handle all your commercial projects. Whether you're constructing a small or large commercial building, residential property, or just upgrading your home, they got you covered. Bison Windows and Doors, providing unmatched quality windows for your home, office, and commercial building. Located at 1228 Eccles Industrial Site. For more information, call 662-4197 or 622-6943.
For the best in truck spares, DAF and Cummings, it's A1 Auto Value New Road Freedom Hoop on the west side. Check them out today for seals, alternators, filters, air valves, pistons and rings, air dryers, shocks, bearings, and a whole lot more. Parts and accessories for cars and minibuses. Call today on 254-0890. 64 New Road Freedom Hoop on the west coast of Demerara. A1 Auto Value. Performance without compromise.
Looking for that outstanding appearance? Check us out at Universal Beauty Salon and Fashion for the best hairstyles, facial, waxing, nail designs, and more. While you're there, be sure to check out our boutique for fashionable men, ladies, and children clothing and footwear in various sizes and colors. We also have in store a variety of costume jewelries. Also, for all types of alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages in wholesale and retail quantities, our prices are the best around. We are located at 22 Hink Street, Georgetown. Telephone number 223-4117.
Good evening and welcome to this our Friday, May 10, 2019 edition of News Update. I'm Sandy Ramudar. Our top story this evening. The Carbon Court of Justice has concluded hearing oral arguments in the appeal of the validity of the December 21 no-confidence motion and has committed to make its ruling soon. But during the final lap of the oral submissions, the court cautioned that there should not be further delay in the holding of elections once the court rules in favor of the appellants. Attorney Kamal Ramkaran, who represented chartered accountant Christopher Ram, put to the court that it must take a firm approach in order the Ghana Elections Commission to be ready for the holding of elections. Ramkaran warned that once a decision is in the appellant favor, elections must be held immediately without any delay. He told the court that 45 days have already lapsed from the 90 days timeline from March 21. Ramkaran argued that in accordance with Article 106, the President should have dissolved Parliament and called elections within 90 days.
Your Honours must be cognizant of the fact that the 3 months allowed by the Constitution are at an end. They came to an end on the 22nd of March, which was 45 days ago. So we have been in violation of the Constitution for 45 days now, and counting. Since we cannot countenance, once of course Your Honours ruled that the motion was validly passed, as I am sure Your Honours will have no difficulty in doing. And if that ruling is made, as I expect it to be made, and since we cannot countenance the continued violation of the Constitution, Your Honours must appreciate that elections have to be held now. And now means with all convenient speed. It means with all due haste. Respectfully, it doesn't mean an additional 3 months from now.
The Ghan Elections Commission, which has been included as a defending party in the appeal, has been asked to make additional submissions based on requests after or on the day of the final decision. Attorney General Basil Williams has committed to the court that the funding for the Elections Commission to offset elections is certain. Caribbean Court of Justice Judge David Hayton says Ghana's constitution is not clear if parliamentarians vote against their list, that those votes would become valid. He was at the time grilling attorney at law Neil Boston in a challenge to an appeal court decision which sought to invalidate the December 21 no confidence vote. Boston was at the time arguing that Charles Persaud's vote on the motion was invalid since he failed to inform the Speaker that he intended to vote against his list. But when grilled for to provide facts to support his argument, Boston buckled and said the CCJ has to construe that they could not vote against their party list without sending a notice to the House Speaker. He conceded that there is no specific section in the Constitution that says if you vote against your party from which your name has been extracted, your vote is not valid. When Justice Winston Anderson asked Boston to reconcile his position that a member of Parliament cannot cross the floor with the Article 1066 that provides for no confidence motion, the lawyer said that is a conflict that the National Assembly would have to deal with. Meanwhile, the CCJ judge have thrown out the argument that 34 is the majority of the 65-member National Assembly. The judges will hand down their ruling in the matter soon. We tell you now that the Caribbean Court of Justice has thrown out the Vanuatu case, which the government used as a reference to support its 34 absolute majority argument. Here are the details. The Caribbean Court of Justice today concluded a hearing of oral arguments in 3 of the consolidated matters on the December 21 no confidence motion. Attorney for Joseph Harmon, Roysdale Ford, failed to convince the judges on the calculation for the 34 absolute majority. The attorney argued that the 65 members of the National Assembly had to be divided by 2, which was result in 2.5, a fraction which one has to be added and rounded to the highest number.
I mean, I'm not myself very good at math, which is why I'm here and not somewhere else, I suppose. But, you know, are we talking about 1066 of the Constitution of Guyana?
Yes, Your Honor.
So why are we talking about, you know, the median and so on? It says quite clearly, it doesn't use the words absolute majority or simple majority or any such thing. All it says very simply is a majority of all the elected members of the Assembly. That's all that it says. And I think that many people, you know, who are probably not as aged as we are, could tell you what the majority of 65 is. Well, so, you know, with respect, it seems to me that there might be more fertile areas for discussion. But as to what the majority is here, surely we are, you know, spending a lot of time over something that does not merit so much time, with greatest of respect.
Well, Your Honor, I appreciate your frankness, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Your Honor, the importance of the issue, however, Your Honor, was in an attempt to explain the rationale for the Court of Appeals decision in relation to the decision that it found that it was 34 votes needed to constitute the majority of the elected members of the National Assembly.
The government has based its argument on a case from Vanuatu, where the country's legislative assembly is made up of 52 members. The Vanuatu courts have ruled a majority in their legislative assembly as 26 plus 1. The number 52 is an even number, and when divided by 2 will equal to 26. But President of the Caribbean Court of Justice, Adrian Sanders, threw out the case which sought to reference an even number parliament. He made clear that the calculated formula of half plus 1 has no merit.
That case, the factual background is not the same as occurred here. Wasn't that the case where one member did not vote or was absent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Well, this is not the case here. Here, every single member of the Assembly voted.
Your Honor, the case is, I respectfully submit, Your Honor, the case is relevant because it outlines what was the approach used by the court to determine that the final
the only reason that that approach was used is because one member was absent. If I remember correctly, this was a case of a 52-member assembly. Only 51 persons voted.
Yes, Your Honor.
And therefore, the majority that emerged was not a majority of 52.
Yes,
it was a majority of 51.
Yes, Your Honor.
But here we are dealing with a majority of all of the members, 65. So that case is not, with respect, on all fours with the situation here.
Opposition leader Barra Jagdeo has laid the blame of the state of Soko squarely at the feet of the Granger government. He said the government politicized the unit, placing money for Soko in the budget of the Ministry of the Presidency.
The Special Organized Crime Unit has been accused of engaging in a number of corrupt acts under the coalition government. Following the accusations, President David Granger made it clear that anyone found culpable of any illegal act will be fully disciplined, as there is need for the entity to regain public trust. Underscoring the importance of the anti-crime agency, the president said Soko will not be disbanded. Opposition leader Barra Jagdeo, who had called for a detoxification of Soko, says the state of Soko is due to the influence of the government. He noted that the entity strayed from its mandate due to the acts of the government.
But when they started budgeting in the office of the president, the Ministry of the Presidency's budget, resources to give top-up to staff at Soko, they politicized the issue. Because Soko no longer was being remunerated from the police force. They got their core remuneration, but they received top-ups from the Ministry of the Presidency. What were these top-ups for?
Decrying the alleged influence of the government, Jagdeo questioned the inaction of Soko in the Patterson investigation. That report was completed since January, yet nothing has been done.
When a charge is going to be laid against Patterson? Since January, they've concluded the investigations four or five months ago. And that's concluded the investigation. The report was made since August 2018. And there is evidence of wrongdoing here, and no charges laid.
Minister David Patterson was investigated after the Public Procurement Commission flagged a contract awarded by Patterson for consultancy for the construction of a new Demerara River Bridge. The PPP said the $148 million contract was given to a hand-picked Dutch company instead of tendering for the award of the contract, thereby breaking the procurement laws. Soko was created in 2014 under the then PPP administration as a unit of the Guyana Police Force. At the time, it was investigating financial transactions suggestive of money laundering and financing of terrorism. Godfrey Brooms, MTV News Update.
You're watching MTV's News Update. More news after the break. Stay with us.
Modern Optical Service has made it even better by introducing its budgeted spectacle line, starting as low as $10,000 for single vision lens and $12,000 for bifocal lens, available in tinted or clear, complete spectacles at affordable prices. So hurry down to our main office at 316 Middle Street or Lot 14 Diamond Public Road opposite Demerara Bank. Enjoy over 60 years of eye care experience at affordable prices. Modern Optical Service, your eye care professionals.
Every day is a new beginning. It's another chance to start over, another chance to do the right thing, make the right decisions. Every day you deserve the best. Make the right choice every day. Everyday range of products, affordable and high quality every day. Distributed by Guy Bisco, 35 and 38 Industrial Estate, Eccles, East Bank, Demerara. Telephone 233-3255.
Shop now at John Lewis Styles for Mother's Day, and you can win an all-inclusive trip for two to Arrow Point Nature Resort. Enter to win with every $5,000 you spend on clothing, shoes, and accessories. Also, designer fragrances, watches, handbags, and wallets. Every mom deserves a new pair of Totes bedroom slippers. Gift certificates are also available. So shop now to win a day trip for two to Arrow Point. Happy Mother's Day from John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Everything is connected: our planet, our water sources, including the water we drink. Sometimes harmful bacteria end up in our streams and canals. Although treated, the risks are high. You can prevent this pollution and contamination by maintaining your septic tank and grease traps. Call the experts at Puran Brothers Disposal Incorporated on 264-1239 or 603-5050. Keeping it clean is what we do best.
Secure your property, secure your life. Get the best security service from us at KGM Security Services Incorporated. Highly trained armed and unarmed officers at affordable rates. We offer armed mobile patrols, personal security, cash escort, alarm monitoring, quick response units. Also, rental of executive vehicles with armed guards. 74 Axora Avenue, Bel-Air Park, Georgetown. Contact us on 663-3227, 699-0084 or 654-1800. KGM Security Services Incorporated. We are your source for security.
You can be a millionaire by only spending $100 on a Daily Million ticket. Simply pick any 5 numbers from 1 to 26, or you can buy a quick pick for your chance to win the Daily Millions. Purchase your tickets daily, Monday through Saturday, to get a chance to win $1 million every day. So, feeling lucky? Then buy a Daily Millions ticket today. Remember, a ticket today could make you rich today.
Welcome back. You're still with MTV's News Update. Opposition leader Maura Jagdeo has continued bashing the Public Security Minister for denying citizens their freedom of choice by placing a curfew. Jagdeo said a curfew is tantamount to dictatorship.
Since 2015, Public Security Minister Kemraj Ramjatan imposed a curfew on Guyana. 2 a.m., all-night spots, bars and clubs must stop the sale of alcohol, essentially closing business at that time. The minister's rationale is that drinking after 2 a.m. contributes significantly to domestic violence, though there is no study done in Guyana to corroborate his belief. Recently, Ramjatan noted that a lot of homicides stem from domestic violence, of which he previously made a direct link to imbibing alcohol. Opposition leader Bara Jagdeo, at his weekly press conference, continued his unceasing condemnation of the curfew. He chastised Ramjatan for denying citizens the freedom to party whenever they please. He affirmed the private lives of Guyanese are no business of the government once they are not engaged in anything illegal.
We are a Caribbean society. Our people have some freedom. It's something that's innate in us. We leave that to whenever you want to party all night, that's your business. that's your business. That nothing to do with the government. What music you listen to, which clubs you go to, which party you go to, all of that. That's once you don't break the law.
He said prudence must prevail by ending the curfew. Godfrey Brooms, MTV News Update.
Police are on the hunt for the perpetrator responsible for the shooting death of 23-year-old Patrick Matthew Fraser, who was gunned down last evening in the vicinity of Norton Street, Bogoston East Bank, Demerara.
Up to press time, no one has been arrested in connection to the crime, which has left the man's family and friends in shock. The police have since recovered a .32 spent shell, one warhead, a pair of black and orange slippers, and a white polo cap at the crime scene. Fraser, the son of owner of CNF Meat Center, Paul Fraser, was shot multiple times about his body as he was reportedly hanging out with friends at an abandoned house known to many in the community as a drug yard. Additional information has revealed that Fraser, moments prior to his death, had been involved in an argument with another individual at the very location when that individual allegedly pulled out a handgun and fired several shots at his direction. Based on a source, the young man was picked up by public-spirited persons and rushed to the Diamond Diagnostic Hospital, but died while doctors tried to save his life. Fraser died from 2 gunshot wounds, one to his upper right leg and another to his right side rib, which exited his left side. Though there were several eyewitnesses at the scene when the shooting took place, the police are yet to identify a shooter. Their investigation into the matter remains active. Reporting from MTV News Update, LaShawna Gomes Cornelius.
A 44-year-old miner of Princeville Village, Madia in Region 8, was last evening fatally stabbed after he had earlier denied his attacker some alcohol. Laverne Daniels was killed at around 23:45 hours by a man known as Tattoo Nose, police said in a statement. Reports are that Daniels and a group of friends were consuming alcohol at the shop when the suspect approached their table and requested to join them. However, the suspect was denied. Police said the suspect became annoyed and threatened to kill Daniels. Shortly after the victim departed and was on his way to the camp when he was attacked and stabbed in the region of his abdomen by the suspect, police said. Daniels was pronounced dead on arrival at the Madia Hospital. The body is presently at the hospital's mortuary awaiting an autopsy. Several families who occupied a state reserve at the Hope Lowlands located on the east coast of Demerara are complaining that the government has moved to dismantle their houses from the location without adequate notice and without any alternatives.
The frustrated individuals all indicated to this newscast about 11 hours yesterday at the Hope Lowlands East Coast of Demerara. 4 workers of the Central Housing and Planning Authority went to them individually and demanded that they dismantle the small homes and immediately vacate the piece of state land they occupy. According to the families, there are about 40 others who also occupy the same reserve, but were not asked to remove. It was for this reason they are claiming victimization. According to the residents, they were only issued a notice from the Central Housing and Planning Authority a few days ago, informing them to remove from the lowlands or face imminent action from the said authority. 27-year-old Nirvani Bridge-Mohan, a mother of 2, explained that the situation is extremely worrisome for herself and the husband.
2 weeks they're giving us. How can we move in 2 weeks? When you don't even get proper work to get to maintain your family. Sometimes, my husband's a fisherman, I work 1 time, sometime or 2 times a week, domestic work I do. Sometimes I don't even get, I just be home. I just gotta help him brace the house. And it's very, very hard for us to move, you understand? It's very hard. These people pressuring us, really pressuring us. And if they want, they're in power now. And they wanted us to put them in power, and they're in power, they're supposed to give us a better thing than this.
As for 40-year-old Patrick Fields, he only became aware of the situation after arriving home from work later in the day. A father of 6, Fields explained upon arriving home he observed both his outdoor toilet and bath completely dismantled.
To look in and see what we're going through, give me some time. We need to say we're moving, You find somewhere for we mind to find somewhere for we.
Ma'am, I think if they want us to move, they need to give us house lots that we can move. We cannot move because if we move in a house, where we put in it?
Meanwhile, 30-year-old Waveney Joseph, formerly of Northwest District, and Francis Sarchu are blaming the government for failing to look into the needs and welfare of individuals like themselves. Both Sarchu and Joseph, who have been living at Lowlands for over 8 years, argued while the government looks to assist Venezuelan migrants and remigrants back to Guyana due to the economic situation in Venezuela, the government is overlooking their needs for affordable housing and a better standard of living.
There's very much bad because these Guyanese. They're supposed to be getting places way before. It's wrong. It's totally wrong too. One David Ranger must see this here.
That's unfair. Unfair. Because let me say, well, all right, in the Venezuela or whatever, we Guyanese can go and work as we feel like in the currency in the country, and look see in we currency in we country. They working free, right? They could work wherever they want. They could do whatever they want. But what about we Guyanese? We can't do it.
The squatters of the Hope Lowlands are pleading with the authority to look into their concerns and find a best suitable solution to their situation. For some of them, they had sent in house lot applications to the authorities since many years ago, while they're still awaiting a response. Reporting from MTV News Update, LaShawna Gomes Cornelius.
2 men are in police custody in relation to the murder of Elton Leonard, 23, formerly of Karasabay Village, Region 9, iNews Guyana is reporting. Another man who is believed to be the main suspect is still on the run. This was confirmed by Commander Ref Division Kevin Adonis, who said the 2 men in custody were actually turned into the police by the village to show. The 3 suspects, who all hail from Karasabay, had gone into hiding moments after Leonard was knifed to death. On Friday last, Leonard was allegedly stabbed to death by his friends after an argument ensued when they were at a bar consuming alcohol together. We now join Rajesh Lakan with this week's entertainment guide.
Good evening and welcome to MTV News Update Entertainment Guide. We begin with Soak Me With Soca, the official jumpstart party for Guyana Carnival 2019 this Saturday at Palm Court. And to tell us about it, I have with me here Alia. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Alright, so for tomorrow we have set Soak Me With Soca. It is the ultimate jumpstart to Guyana Carnival, the ultimate event, sorry. It's going to be at 8 p.m. sharp. Tickets cost $2,000. We'll also have promotions such as ticket giveaways. The lineup, there's going to be DJ Kilo, DJ Energy is going to be there, Gully Ras and Diamond. So guys, just come out, let's have some fun and give you, something that you can anticipate for the carnival season.
So patrons here tomorrow will get a chance to win tickets for Carnival?
That is correct, maybe even a costume.
Great. Go ahead and give us an update on the Guyana Carnival so far in terms of artists and dates or events.
All right, so we have 11 events. So far, we've got Buju Banton, we've got Shensia, Machel Montano, Kess, Farmer Napi, and a few more to mention, but those are the major events. I think the one I'm most anticipated about is the Buju Banton concert.
Alia, after Soak Me With Soca tomorrow night, what's next?
Okay, so next Friday, that's going to be the first day to Guyana Carnival 2019. We'll be having our first event called the Soca Block Party. This is happening between Main and Kwamina Streets. Prior to that, we're going to have the grand opening like we did last year. Right after, we're going to have the Soca Block Party. This is happening on Main Street itself. Tickets cost $2,000. We're going to have fire breathers and many more.
From your love, your mama, let me see your one. So bust a blank for your mama, lighter for your mama. Selector, you better pull up the one you for your mama. Proud of your mama, sing loud for your mama. Yeah, I make sure know you're happy, she bring you come here.
And we continue with a treat for my mother on Mother's Day at the National Cultural Center.
A treat for my mother for
is on this year. We had it the 3 previous years, and it was a success. I'm driven to continue to do the show because I think mothers should be treated extra special on Mother's Day. Like all the other years, it's a musical variety. We have songs of the 60s and 70s weaving into the fabric of fashion of 2019. This is what I call the fashion trap. And that segment is... No, that's not... I have 2 new additions to you. The fashion trap has been a staple for the treat for my mother. And person said to me, it's too much starch. So they want to see, they said they want to hear the songs more. They want to enjoy the Oli songs that being sung. So they said if we could cut down the fashion show a little bit, it would, and give them more Oli songs, they would totally prefer that. And so I listen to my audience, yes, and I obey them. And so we cut the fashion show down a bit. So we only have 1 fashion trap for you, and the rest of the night you have songs.
Great. Given that you're the lone artist here, go ahead and give us a sample as to what we can expect from you.
Oh, we're gonna do some retro. I'm gonna go right into the song.
Go ahead.
I remember how you loved me. Time was all we had until the day we said goodbye. I remember every moment of those endless summer nights. Part of what we have to offer.
Great, and showtime is 8 p.m. sharp.
8 p.m. on the button.
Light up for your mama. Selector, you better pull up the one you for your mama. Proud of your mama. Sing loud for your mama.
Here is Celine Griffith with MTV's Court Roundup.
A security guard was today granted bail after he appeared before Magistrate Leron Daly for discharging his firearm. 43-year-old Neville Grant of Sophia denied the charge which alleged that on March 2 at Camp Street, Georgetown, he discharged a firearm within 100 yards of a public walkway. Reports indicate that the defendant, who was a security officer attached to GB Security Services Incorporated, was performing duties as an armed guard at Republic Bank when his firearm went off, with its pellets hitting several persons in the process. The matter was reported and Grant was arrested and subsequently charged. Police prosecutor San Singh had no objections to bail, which was granted in the sum of $50,000. Grant is scheduled to return to court on May 24. In another matter, 2 men were today placed before the court on a break-and-enter and larceny charge. Leon Singh, 25, and John Peters, 23, both of Kamako Waterfront Northwest District, pleaded not guilty to the charge which read that between the 4th and 5th of May at the aforementioned address, they broke and entered the dwelling house of Dwayne Payne and stole therein US $5,000, which is equivalent to 1 million Guyana dollars, a CCTV recorder valued $330,000, a phone valued $125,000, and the bag valued $15,000, reaching the total value of $1,500,000. They were also accused of assaulting George Torres on May 8 at the same location. They denied the charge. The prosecution objected to bail being granted the defendants, citing the seriousness of the offences, as well as the value of the articles and the fact that they were not recovered. As such, bail was refused and Singh and Peters were remanded until May 21. Reporting for MTV's Court Roundup, Celine Griffith.
Coming up after the break, MTV's sports update and more. Stay with us.
Mark?
I'm in the kitchen.
This is amazing! I love your tiles.
Make an impression with the finest tiles imported by Lens. Lens has a huge selection of various tiles for your wall, floor, and pool needs. All of our tiles are of grade A quality, which are the highest quality tile rated. That means they last longer and are less likely to damage or crack. We're the sole distributor for many reputable companies around the world. At Lens, we have special deals for contractors and bulk shoppers. Shop at any of our locations to get the best in tiles. Lens, our product, your creation.
Did you know almost 1/3 of deaths in Guyana are heart-related? Chronic inflammation is the root cause of atherosclerosis, the process that leads to cholesterol-clogged arteries. You can now lower high triglyceride levels with Omega XL and reduce the dangerous inflammation that causes these problems. So to ensure a healthy heart and reduce your risk of disease, get your Omega XL today. Live long, stay strong with Omega XL.
It happens. Your septic tank is full. All the waste from your toilet goes into your septic tank through the sewage line. When your tank is full, the two most common indicators are an overflowing tank and an overflowing toilet. It is recommended that Sevon's Waste Management empty your septic tank every 2 to 3 years to avoid any embarrassment. And before you can say, shh, it's gone. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455 or 218-1156.
Introducing the new Softex toilet tissue, now available across Guyana. Softex is silky smooth because it's made from virgin pulp. Softex is soft and gentle to every touch. Even babies can use it. Manufactured and distributed by BPAT's Paper Manufacturing, Eccles Industrial Site. The choice is clear. Choose Softex toilet tissue. Super soft and super durable. Guaranteed.
Looking for good quality electronics products? Full Range Music and Variety Store, Robin King Streets, has cordless phones with caller's ID, $5,900. US standard or universal remotes, $995. DVD players, $5,495. 16 gig flash drives and memory cards, $1,395. And you can get flash drives and memory cards loaded with music for just $1,795. Yes, for the best deals on quality electronics products, it's Full Range Music and Variety Store, Robin King Streets, Georgetown. Telephone 225-5964.
Ultra Lubricants, the leading lubricants for tropical conditions, has been serving you for over 40 years, extending the life cycle of your vehicle's engine by protecting it from wear and corrosion, removes impurities, and reducing frequent vehicle oil changes. Ultra Lubricants is for every market, from two-wheel light vehicle to trucks, construction, agriculture equipment, mining activities, and boating. Ultra Lubricants, world-class lubricants for tropical conditions, distributed by Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., and available nationwide.
Welcome to MTV's Sports Update. After conceding the Tri-Series opener to the West Indies by 196 runs, Ireland will look for their first win of the series when the two teams collide again tomorrow in Malahide.
After round 1 of the Tri-Series, West Indies have secured a win, a defeat and a washout. The last clash between the Windies and the Irish had a world record opening partnership, a near 400-run total and a near 200-run victory. On the flip side, however, Windies could do with more competition. The harder they are pushed ahead of the 2019 Cricket World Cup, the better. Ireland is not a part of the tournament, so there are no immediate big-picture implications for their perspective. However, a win against 2 of the top 10 ODI teams in the world would be a wonderful next step in their progressing exactly a year removed before their Test debut. Chelsea Griffiths, reporter for MTV's Sports Update.
Former Sri Lankan internationals Nuwan Zoyce and Avishka Gunawardene have been charged with match fixing by the International Cricket Council. The charges relate to the United Arab Emirates T20 League held in December. It is part of a wider investigation into corruption in Sri Lankan cricket and follows a 50-day amnesty in January. In February, former Sri Lanka captain Sanad Jayasuriya was banned from cricket for 2 years. Former bowler Zoysa 40, who played 30 tests and 91 internationals between 1997 and 2007, was already suspended for 3 benches of the ICC's anti-corruption code in November. He has now been charged with 4 counts of breaching the Emirates Cricket Board's anti-corruption code, including being party to an agreement to influence improperly the result, progress, conduct or other aspects of a match, and failing to cooperate with investigation. Ganawardene 41, a former opening batsman who played 6 tests and 61 ODIs between 1999 and 2006, was appointed Sri Lanka's interim batting coach earlier this year. He has been charged with 2 breaches, including directly or indirectly soliciting, inducing, enticing, instructing, persuading, encouraging, or intentionally facilitating any participant to fix the match. Both men have been provisionally suspended and have 14 days to respond to the charges. The Chennai Super Kings set up a date with the Mumbai Indians in the Vivo IPL 2019 final after they defeated the Delhi Capitals in qualifier day 2 earlier today. In a match that was billed as experience against youth, it was experience which prevailed.
After electing to bowl, the Super Kings kept picking up wickets at regular intervals, never letting the Delhi Capitals off the hook and restricted them to 147 for 9. The Super Kings' chase was powered by their 2 openers, Faf du Plessis and Shane Watson, who scored half-centuries individually and added 81 runs in each other's company. After they were dismissed, Suresh Raina, Ambati Rayudu and MS Dhoni chipped in to take their team closer. CSK got over the line off the last ball of the 19th over when Dwayne Bravo collected 4 leg byes off Ishant Sharma. The Super Kings won by 6 wickets with 1 over remaining. CSK's openers took turns to demolish the Delhi Capitals' bowlers. Du Plessis set the tone early on. He scored a 37-ball half-century and dominated the opening stand. After he was dismissed, Watson, who was almost a spectator in the opening stand, exploded. After contributing just 26 from 23 balls to the opening stand, he scored 24 off the next 7 balls by the time both openers were dismissed. The required run rate had dropped to 5.08. There was only going to be 1 winner thereafter. The Capitals had an opportunity to strike early in CSK's innings. In the very first over, they had both openers stranded mid-pitch but missed the run-out opportunity on 2 occasions. The 4 wickets they took later in the innings were shared by Trent Bolt, Ishant Sharma, Aksar Patel and Amit Mishra. In the evening, Delhi Capitals never got going in their innings. The only 2 periods they had momentum were right at the start and right at the end. The openers added 20 runs in the first 2 overs, and then at the back end, the last 2 overs produced 28 runs. In between, it was pretty quiet. Not one of their batsmen got into that overdrive mode. Rishabh Pant applied himself well and set himself for the end overs assault, but just when the time had arrived for him to tee off, he was dismissed in the 19th over. Pant hit 2 boundaries and a 6 in his 25-ball 38. The only other batsman who made a significant contribution to the Capitals' total was Colin Monroe, who made 27 from 24 balls, batting at number 3. The highest partnership of the Delhi Capitals' innings was only 22, which illustrates their poor effort with the bat. For the Super Kings, barring Shardul Thakur, who was brought into the 11 at the expense of Murali Vijay, the remaining 5 bowlers shared the spoils. The 3 spinners returned combined figures of 11, 0, 72, 5, while Deepak Chahar and Dwayne Bravo picked up 2 wickets each. Chelsea Griffith, reporter of MTV Sports Update.
The Indian Premier League team Mumbai Indians will oversee the entire rehabilitation process of Windies pace bowler Alzarri Joseph. The 22-year-old got his IPL career off to a lightning quick start after claiming a historic 6-12 in 3.4 overs. Tragedy, however, struck for the bowler soon after he injured his shoulder while fielding for the team in the very next game. The damage ruled the player out of the rest of the IPL season. Despite the bowler not taking part in the rest of the tournament, the club is willing to foot the entire recuperation bill. He has been in Mumbai throughout and his situation was assessed and the surgery was done on April 30. He is currently recovering and has no movement on his shoulder as it is strapped. Joseph is set to undergo rehab and hit the ground at the Mumbai Indians Academy. It should ideally take around 5 to 6 months. Guyana has been drawn into Group D of the 2020 CONCACAF Women's Under-17 Championships following the official draw conducted yesterday.
The draw, which sorted into 8 groups, the 32 teams that would be participating in the championships qualification stage set to take place between August 17 and 25, 2019, was conducted by CONCACAF Head of National Competitions Carlos Fernandez. Guyana has been drawn along with Bahamas, Curacao, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The complete schedule for the qualification stage, including the host countries, will be published at a later date. After round-robin play, the top finisher in each group will advance directly to the knockout stage of the competition. After round-robin play, the top 3 finishers in each of the groups will qualify for the knockout stage, joining the 4 group winners of the qualification stage in the round of 16. The complete schedule for the group stage, including the host country, will be published at a later date. The knockout stage of the competition will be played in its entirety in a single-match elimination format, with the finalists and third-place finisher automatically qualifying for the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup 2020. In the previous edition of the CONCACAF Women's Under-17 Championships, played in 2018, the United States of America won its 4th title with a 3-2 win over Mexico in the final. Chelsea Griffith, reporter of MTV Sports Update.
Dominic team saved match points to end Roger Federer's clay court return and reach the Madrid Open semi-finals. Swiss Federer saved match points in his quarterfinal on Thursday, but squandered 2 of his own in the second test tiebreak against Thiem. Austria's team eventually came throughout 3-6, 7-6, 13-11, 6-4 to set up a meeting with world number 1 Novak Djokovic. 5th seed team previously beat 20-time Grand Slam champion Federer in the Indian Wells final in March. 4th seed Federer, 37, was playing in his first clay court tournament for 3 years. More news coming up after the break. Stay with us.
Ultra Lubricants, the leading lubricants for tropical conditions, has been serving you for over 40 years, extending the life cycle of your vehicle's engine by protecting it from wear and corrosion, removes impurities, and reducing frequent vehicle oil changes. Ultra Lubricants is for every market, from two-wheel light vehicle to trucks, construction, agriculture equipment, mining activities, and boating. Ultra Lubricants, world-class lubricants for tropical conditions. Distributed by Industrial Supply of Guyana, Inc., and available nationwide.
Welcome back. You're still with MTV's News Update. Now for some news in the region. 3 Venezuelan opposition members of parliament have taken shelter in foreign embassies after losing their congressional immunity. They are among 5 lawmakers stripped of immunity after the Supreme Court said they should be investigated for conspiracy, rebellion, and treason. The opposition, led by Juan Guaido, tried to spark a military rebellion against President Nicolas Maduro last week. His deputy, Edgar Zambrano, was arrested on Wednesday. Venezuela's Supreme Court has ordered him to be held in a military prison in Caracas. The court claimed he had been jailed for the flagrant commission of the crimes of treason, conspiracy, and civil rebellion. He live-tweeted his arrest by intelligence agents as saying the authorities surrounded his car and then towed it away with a crane when he refused to get out. On the international scene, at least 65 migrants are thought to have died after their boat capsized in the Mediterranean off the coast of Tunisia. There were 16 survivors, according to the United Nations Refugee Agency. Survivors say the boat left Zubawarah in Libya on Thursday and ran into trouble during strong waves. About 164 people died on the route between Libya and Europe in the first 4 months of 2019, the UNHCR says. The incident is thought to be one of the deadliest shipwrecks involving migrants since the start of the year. The survivors were brought to the coast by the Tunisian Navy and are awaiting permission to disembark. 1 person has been transferred to hospital for medical treatment, the UNHCR says. And that has brought us to the end of regional and international news. Now let's take a look at the Ghana Stock Exchange closing prices for trading session 824. Let's now turn our attention to the Dimmer Harbour Bridge and the Berbice River Bridge schedules. And that's a wrap on today's broadcast. Before we go, here's a reminder of our top stories. CCJ throws out government's argument that 34 is the majority of the 65-member National Assembly. Government lawyers struggle to convince CCJ that Chandas Prasad's vote should be invalidated. Businessman's son shot dead in apparent execution-style killing. And in sport, Chennai Super Kings beat Delhi Capitals to reach IPL 2019 final. Qatar rebroadcast at 23 hours today and at 6 hours 30 tomorrow. On behalf of our news and technical teams, I'm Sandy Ramutar. Have a good night.